I came to Hort Point in 1983. I was first at our lab in the Western Shore, the Chesapeake Biological Lab. I came up from Miami, University of Miami, where I was on the faculty in 1981 there. And there was a new head of our organization, all the labs, Ian Morris, and he wanted to have all the oceanographers at the Hort Point lab because he was near there at our center administration. And also, I looked at the Eastern Shore and I thought it'd be a great place to live. And in the year 2000, I was appointed director. One of the things that convinced me was just the talent and dedicated staff. I mean, if you don't have a good team, you're not going to want to be the coach. And so that's why I continued doing it for 20 years. It's a great group of people to work with. Before I was director, they hadn't been very active at public outreach or development. And so, I go around and tell people about Hort Point, and they'd never heard about it. And then, we started to do outreach, and people go, wow, that's the best kept secret on the Eastern Shore. And after a while, I took that as a personal challenge. So with a lot of help, we put more emphasis on our open houses. We started a volunteer program. We had people give lectures at places like Out of the Fire and Piazza here in Easton, but also, the Rotary clubs, yacht clubs, libraries. And then we established the Chesapeake Champion event to really honor a person or a business that promotes the environment. And by doing that, also, you promoted the name of Hort Point. So I met so many people from the community, gotten to know them, also gotten to know their interest in the environment, and now they're friends and supporters of the lab. But the faculty are free to work on whatever they want. In many respects, I'm like the manager of a mall with a lot of little businesses. And so they have an idea, they write a grant, and it could be on microplastics, on harmful algal bloom. They have particular expertise and with national and international reputation. So they're going to follow where their interests lie. But then we have these team efforts, and we pull people together. Early on, it was a lot of, how does this work? How do nutrients affect the bay? How do the grasses? And now there's more work at how can we fix this? So we've taken that knowledge and it's more directed, societally relevant. So I think that's one thing that we are working on, fixing the problem. There's still a lot of new discoveries, don't get me wrong. We do a lot of basic science, but as we say, we try to do science for solutions. We also, all of our students and faculty are much better communicators. We train all of our students to give the 30-second elevator speech to a potential funder or a politician. Our faculty are engaged in public outreach, and if they can't tell the story to their grandmother and make her understand, then what use is it? And so I think between communication, relevant research, that's one thing that we've changed. The world has had extremes of climate change before. It's made certain species extinct, but never have we seen the rate of warming and the rate of CO2 increase like it is now. And if we cut way back today, it's still going to keep going. If we hit 3 degrees, how catastrophic is it versus 2? Some areas might benefit, others areas hard hit. We're trying to refine our models, and a lot of our work is focused on how it's going to affect species in the bay and in our coastal community. So, we kind of work on the impacts close to home. Well, for Chesapeake Bay, the big thing 20 years ago, was all this fertilizer that we were putting on, sewage treatment plants that needed upgrading. We were putting too many nutrients into the bay, and it was looking like pea soup. It was so murky that it killed the underwater grasses. This organic material would sink and rot and have these big dead zones in the bottom of the bay. We're more cognizant now. We're trying to turn off that tap. I think the flush tax provided funds for the local communities here on the shore to upgrade their sewage treatment plants. Non-point sources from farms and stormwater are tougher because it's not just a point here, it's diffuse, but we are making inroads. And some of the tributaries of the bay are improving and grasses are coming back. So I think that's a good story. And we hope it could continue. No, I'm not going away. I mean, this is a great place. What was that? Was a line in a James Bond movie where, Thunderball, where they said, oh, he's a marine biologist and he's on vacation. And somebody said, oh, you're on vacation. He goes, a marine biologist is never on vacation when we're by the water. So I think, my interests and wanting to get involved in continuing research in some fashion, when I step down as director, I'm going to do that for a while.